A legal battle is raging in Kenya over abortion rights.
Our constitution allows abortion only when the well-being of the mother is in question.
But the penal code criminalizes abortion.
I do not support an amendment of our laws to remove the crime of abortion.
And it is women who are suffering as a result. I grew up hearing frightening stories about abortion in Kenya.
Sisi tumetoka kuona wanawake na wasichana wakibakwa, wanapata mimba, wanatoa, wanakufa, na kuna sheria ambazo ziko zinafaa kuwa protect.
Around 7 women die here every day from having unsafe abortions. Activists from the Safe Abortion March invited me to a meeting in Mathare, just a few kilometers from Nairobi's city center. It's one of the poorest areas in the country.
Okay, personally, I feel like abortion is a class issue. Because sasa kama mimi mwanamke wa Mathare, siwezi manage kuprokiwa safe abortion. But a rich woman walk in an hospital vizuri kabisa because she's having enough money and atoi ball kwa njia inafaa. Unajua? Then itafunikwa with the article of the constitution.
Hapa Mathare abortions zinafanyika. Na zinafanyika in unsafe ways. On a weekly basis ama on a monthly basis unapata tumepoteza at least 2 women because of unsafe abortion.
Rallies by anti-abortion groups working closely with religious organizations take place in Nairobi too. They routinely go to court to try and restrict access to safe abortion.
There's a contradiction between the penal code, which has been in effect since the colonial era, and Kenya's current modern constitution.
Yes.
So which one do you think should take precedence?
For us, we don't think there's any contradiction. We think they are aligned. Our current penal code has 3 provisions regarding abortion. There are 3 crimes. There is a crime by the mother. There is a crime by the person who does the abortion. And then the one who supplies the instruments that are used to do abortion.
The colonial era penal code criminalizes abortion. But the 2010 Constitution and case law allows it in certain instances, including when the woman is under 18, her health is at stake, or in cases of rape.
During the pandemic, we saw so many pregnancies. These are young kids. They didn't get pregnant because they wanted to. They didn't get pregnant because they planned to. They should not be penalized. The rich have an opportunity to take their children into 5-star hospitals and procure a safe abortion silently, without anyone knowing or speaking. But the poor have to struggle.
In 2012, the government published guidelines for health workers on legal abortions. A year later, they were withdrawn and training on safe abortion care was suspended. Kanjama's group wants it to stay that way.
You say you are basically advocating that there shouldn't be the training where medical doctors are taught how to provide safe abortion services, is that right?
Whether abortion is safe or unsafe, first of all, the child always dies. So it is always unsafe for the child. And number 2, you cannot train people to do something that is illegal in the country.
In March 2022, the High Court affirmed abortion as a fundamental right and ruled that arbitrary arrests were illegal. But doctors say there is still a climate of fear, making it difficult for them to provide legal abortions.
Unsafe abortion is rampant in Kenya because the law does not allow women, poor women, to access the services in the public sector. That is the main cause of the unsafe abortion.
Dr. Nyamu offers safe and legal abortions. In 2004, he was arrested and charged with murdering 2 fetuses. He spent a year in prison on remand before being found not guilty. His arrest shocked the medical community.
This was a setup by probably the anti-choice. I cannot be 100% sure because I did not see any other explanation.
Most women can only afford backstreet clinics. Some try to abort on their own.
The ones who come with the post-abortion complications, most of them are young people. So the women actually start themselves, or they do it with an assistance of an untrained person.
I visited a clinic on the outskirts of Nairobi. The man who runs it said he is a clinical officer, but I couldn't find him on the official registry.
We have the girls who are still going to school. You get others who are raped. You get someone who is not ready, and they want to terminate it.
He charges a minimum of 2,500 shillings, which is around $18 to terminate a pregnancy, plus a fee for disposing the fetus.
Na kama hawezi afford kulipia hiyo, mnafanya nini na huyo mtoto ambaye ametolewa na ni nani anagharamia?
Sasa hiyo itakuwa gharama yangu. Gelini libe mtu aende tupigwa maji.
How often?
Mostly, it's like I can say 70%.
Are thrown in the river?
Yes.
Emily and Vicky often find fetuses near the river in their neighborhood.
We normally collect fetuses here.
You're talking about the same place that's next to a playground full of kids.
So most of the time, it's the children who gets the fetus and then brings the information to the community.
Wow.
If you look carefully, you must find something from the clinics. If it is not a syringe, then there are some medicines. If it is not medicines, there are some gloves. As much as people don't want to talk about abortion, it is killing our young women and even married women.
The man at this clinic said he performs up to 150 abortions a month, risking imprisonment if found out. He said he trained as a doctor, but I can't find him or his colleague on Kenya's registers for healthcare professionals.
Mother didn't cover the bed.
Old newspaper is used instead of sterile sheets. The instruments are placed in a bucket of bleach. Edith has 3 children already. She's HIV positive and her partner left her after refusing to get tested himself.
We have like 4.5 hours before the medicine starts taking action. But later, when hell breaks loose.
After 5 hours. So what
People
happens?
experience the same thing people experience when giving birth.
Uchungu kabisa. Nilikuwa niko peke yangu, nilikuwa nasikia uchungu mpaka napiga ukuta, nikasema kwani ni kuzaa ama ni nini? Nisikufe kwa hii nyumba peke yangu. Sasa ingine mtu anafanya na uchungu juu au kutarajia kitu kama hiyo. Na upendi, juu sasa ingine unapenda watoto. Sasa kulingana na vile na maisha unapitia inafanya ufanye hivyo.
A lawyer told me that this is the sort of case that could qualify for a legal abortion, but Edith felt that this was her only choice.
So what struck me about what I just saw is that there's little regard into how the woman feels or her mental condition or even the physical state in which this procedure is taking place.
Unsafe abortions are a leading cause of preventable maternal deaths in my country. A climate of fear prevents women from seeking legal abortions. Many feel they have no choice but to put their lives at risk.